Hello and welcome to Unqualified Experts. That's Xia. I'm Nick. This is the show where we try to help the internet's most comical, outlandish problems, one question at a time. Starting off today. Okay.
I feel like we always jump into something and it's always absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. So the girlfriend is 27.
Okay.
The guy is 25. And this is the guy talking. My girlfriend of 5 years is upset and concerned with me watching shows with specific aspects and themes throughout them. The list is mainly including shows that have violence, gore, rape, and nudity. She sounds fun. Fun times.
I'm like, wait, what's the problem?
It started years ago during Game of Thrones.
Oh, no.
She would watch with my family and I as we were invested into the series at the time. Like everyone else. Yeah, I get that. She would come to me and tell me that she was uncomfortable with the show and that I needed to look away when rape scenes would come on. What? I disagreed as it does not disgust me to that point. Well, yeah, it's a show. It's not real.
Well, yeah, we know
No
that.
one's pro-rape. But if it's in...
Except for rapists.
Oh, okay, but... You know,
yeah.
understandably, they're crazy people, fine.
Yes.
But for the majority of people, no one's like, yeah, go rape. No one does that. So it's a very odd thing to be like, you need to look away.
Yeah, that's very weird. It sounds like she needs to just not be around it. She's not mature enough for it. But at 27,
27, that's horrible.
Ugh.
I disagreed, blah, blah. Okay. Mind you, I don't cheer for it or revel in it, of course. The fact that it's there. Okay. It does make me uncomfortable, which I assume is the purpose of the scene. Yes. This has extended to other shows like The Boys, which we also love.
Oh, yeah.
That would suck. That'd suck if I put The Boys on and you were like, oh no, look away. You shouldn't be watching this.
I don't think we would have lasted.
I'd be like,
long.
woman? How dare you?
My pimp hand strong.
Damn straight. I'll get both out.
That was some
I don't know
really
where it's coming.
some really strong pimp handing you're doing
I
there.
used to have to pimp hand a lot back in the day, living in Brooklyn.
Wow, if you guys aren't watching the video version, you're really missing out on some really intense pimp
Yes,
handing.
it's either strong pimp hand or is a dick having a seizure. We don't know.
New game on the show.
Okay, The Boys, which I have not watched the newest season of, as I did not want to stir up any commotion. Oh, dude, don't be that guy. I hear that so much.
Don't give in.
I just didn't want to start a problem. It's like, dude, stand up for yourself.
Don't give in.
Jeez. As well as the newest one from the past few days, Peaky Blinders, so he can't watch that either.
Jesus, there's just a bunch of great shows that he's not allowed to watch.
I started Peaky Blinders as it was recommended and sounded interesting. We were both unaware of the show. After I mentioned I started watching a couple episodes, she immediately started looking it up and said, you can't watch this.
Oh my God, this is getting worse and worse.
I was not asked to consider anything, and this is bothersome. After some back and forth, I agreed to just skip any rape scenes. The concern at the time from her. This is so ridiculous. Then I was told to skip all sex scenes. Okay. Following to the next day, she's looking it up again and saying there is too much gore and that it's disgusting that I would watch a show like that.
What is going on with this chick?
I'm being told that she's considering ending the relationship because I am interested in shows with those aspects and can't grow up to watch good shows. Oh, yeah, okay, lady. Yeah.
No.
He needs to grow up, not you. What good shows? What do you mean? 90 Day Fiancé, The Housewives show? Shut up. Shut up.
This to me is sounding a lot more about control than anything else. I feel like it's not gonna stop here. It's gonna be this.
It never does.
Ease her way in, and then before you know it, you're making fucking dust ruffles on a Saturday night instead of watching anything that you want to watch.
Or you live in New York, right? You love it here. You live in Brooklyn. She makes you move from your rent-controlled apartment. You have to move in with your parents, right? Then she doesn't want to live with her parents anymore, right? It makes you move to Tennessee because of politics. And you're like, wait, how did I get here? Talk about Henry, by the way. That's my friend.
That's Nick's friend.
Who, you know, his woman controls him, and he now lives in Tennessee with no friends. Very odd. I don't know.
There are concessions that you can make in a relationship. There are always going to be compromises, and there are always going to be things that your partner, it's give and take, and it has to be. That's just how relationships work.
But it seems 90% to 100% one way.
This isn't one of those things. This is completely unreasonable. This isn't okay. It would be understandable if she was like, look, I don't like watching these things. Can we not watch these things together? You can watch them on your own, but I don't want to watch them with you. Can we find some shows that we can enjoy together? That would be a concession I could understand you making and being like, okay, fine. Like, it kind of sucks, but it's whatever. The fact that she's telling you now that you can't watch them or that you have to fast forward through certain scenes, that to me is completely unreasonable, number one. Number two, another person doesn't get to control what you do. And that, like, she can't control what you watch. Excuse me, sorry. Nick's bringing his pimp hand back. He can control me with anything. He can control all my things. But this is crazy. This is crazy.
It goes on, by the way. I'm not even done yet.
Oh my God, you're not done.
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
so she said, remember, she's going to end the relationship because he needs to grow up and watch good shows, as she puts it.
Fuck her.
I understand that there are bad qualities. Don't try to make like she's talking. No, stop. Stop. I'm watching the shows for production and storyline, not for torture, violence, gore, and rape. Yeah, I know it. Like everyone else.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think I should be disallowed to watch shows as such as I don't fantasize, look forward to, or get influenced by those scenes. Who does? I hate that. Of like, well, you're promoting violence and rape culture. It's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing. You're either a rapist or you're not. And if you're not, everyone knows it's bad. You're not going to hear a joke or watch a show
and then
be like, you know what?
I'm going to go do this today because someone else put it in my head.
They put it in my head. You know what? This guy made a joke about rape. You know what? Rape's okay. I know that now. Wow. Thanks, comedian.
With all this, I'm looking for perspective. Perspective of her side. No, there's no perspective on her side. I can't
give you perspective
and
on
for
her
mine,
side.
I don't understand being so polarized on something like this, and I also don't understand myself enough to explain it any better to give an understanding. And that's where he ends it. Can you help me gain some perspective on both our situations? My dude, my bro.
This is insane.
She's crazy.
Here's my thing. Yes, she is crazy. Here's my thing. Did something happen to her? Was she raped and you maybe don't know?
But okay, and listen, if she was like, hey man, I can't watch this, I went through some stuff, it really affects me, that would be fine. But to one, not say anything, and then two, say, well, you can't, like, that's insane. You could be like, listen, I can't watch this with you. Like, you like to watch horror movies, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to watch horror movies. Mm-hmm. Not because, I'm scared. It's because, like, when I go to sleep, I already don't sleep. And I have horrible night terrors.
Really bad night terrors.
So it's just adding, it adds things into my head that I don't want there. But I would never be like, you're not allowed to watch those horror movies.
No, that would be insane.
Like,
I just watch them by myself.
Yeah,
I like horror movies. Or shows. I'll usually go and I'll watch them on my own. If there's, something that's kind of horror, like he watches Stranger Things with me, but that's kind of, I feel like, as far as he can go with that kind of stuff. And even sometimes he doesn't want to watch it right before bed.
Yeah, I don't need the extra headache of like already not falling asleep, or when I get to sleep, it's just horror. But yeah, it's I also don't understand that I've seen this happen over and over again in my life and just online too, like reading stuff, is that people get in a relationship, but they have nothing in common.
Yeah.
So it's like, so I want to watch The Boys and Game of Thrones, and my girlfriend or wife is like, I don't like this. I don't want to watch this. Let's put on Housewives of Georgia or some shit. And it's like, why are you with that person then? To me, it's just so weird. It's like you have nothing in common, yet you're trying to be together, and then you're just going to be bumping heads all the time. And look, she's going to win all the time because you just give her all the power. So it's like your life's miserable. What's the point?
The vagina. No, I think it's also there are going to be certain shows. This is obviously not across the board. This is a generalization. There are girls that like guy stuff and guys that like girl stuff. Usually the guys are gay, but sometimes there are straight men who watch reality TV. But anyway, typically there are things that guys prefer and things that girls prefer for the most part. So it's kind of inevitable that you're going to be with someone where not all your shows are going to overlap. It's not always going to be that way.
Or none. Or literally none.
Well, that's a problem. If the thing is there are things that it's okay to do things separately and come together and do things together. Not everything has to be together. But the problem is when there is literally nothing and you can't do anything together, and you either, and I've seen girls do this too, where suddenly they're into everything their boyfriends are into. Yeah, that absolutely
You like
happens.
real estate? I like real estate now.
Yeah.
What? You like country music? I love it now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know why I love it? Because I'm not allowed to listen to rock music anymore because she said I can't.
Yeah.
What?
Well, yeah. So, the same thing, and I'm not just saying this.
I've seen that happen twice, by the way. I've seen it happen twice.
Yeah, where the girl suddenly becomes into everything their boyfriends are into.
I'm talking about the dudes who are like, I listen to Kenny Chesney now or some country artist. It's like, wait, you hated country. What are you talking about?
I have never, ever switched music genres for any guy I've ever dated.
Because it's stupid.
Ever.
Why would you do that?
Also, because I am a straight up music snob. And if it's not what I like, I will tell you it sucks. And I know that's
everybody.
Kind of
that's
lame.
everyone, thoh.
But I don't know if it's bad music. If I was with a guy who listened to pop music, he liked
Ariana Grande?
No, the weird one who went into they them and then she went back to her pronouns.
I don't keep up with any of that.
She got the real dykey haircut. I'm gonna get in so much trouble for saying that. No, not Katy Perry. The other one.
She did shave her head at one point.
She did get
the other one.
She had like a mullet. What the hell was her name?
Well, the only mullet I know is Miss what's her name? Not Party in the USA, Miley Cyrus.
No, it was another one. Anyway, point is, he like really liked this singer, and I'm not the type of person that's gonna go, oh fuck that person, they can't make music, nah. But I don't like it, and I don't want to listen to it. So don't put it on when you're around me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not gonna happen.
I just don't be with that person. Then. Yeah, dude, like you're
Clearly
looking.
Things didn't work out.
Yeah, you're looking for perspective. I can't believe he's like, I'm looking for perspective. Is she like, no, she's.
This guy is way too reasonable, and she doesn't deserve you. Dude.
Yeah, no, you need to leave her. Like, throw her to the curb. It's just insane.
She's gonna leave you for watching sex and violence. I know some women that get really worked up about rape scenes in movies. Like I've heard. It's hard.
I've been around that.
I know.
At Sirius, I worked for, what was it? I was the board op for one of the EW shows with Julia Cunningham. And Julia.
Dropping names.
Yeah, well, no, it's whatever. It happened. It's my life. Right. I can talk about it.
Yeah.
And Clockwork Orange, I love the movie. I got it.
Clockwork Orange. People get really worked up about that.
Wait, Clockwork Orange?
Clockwork Orange.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
Right?
A Clockwork. Yeah, sure. I don't care. A Clockwork Orange. Now, I got into the movie because Opie and Anthony and Jim Norton talked about it all the time. So when I was in college around like, say, 2007, 2008, I finally was checking out movies again. And I was like, oh, this movie's great. You know, it's crazy. It's a Kubrick movie. You know, he's really good at what he does. And when I worked on the show, like, you know, years later, she brought up like, oh, those people who like Clockwork Orange, they love rape culture and they're the worst, blah, blah. And I'm like, Jesus, like just because you like a movie, you're suddenly pro-rape. Like she was saying this like it was just normal. And I'm like looking at her like, what? What? I don't see the parallel.
I don't either. So I was going to say some women are really sensitive about that stuff. And look, I forget what the statistic is for women that have been sexually assaulted, but pretty much all of them have at some point. But it's one of those things where it's, I don't feel that way. I don't, especially if the rape scene furthers the story or the character development, which typically it does.
Well, the Clockwork Orange, it was to show that they were scum. That was the point.
Right, that's the point. So they're complete and utter garbage. And he's right. It should make you feel uncomfortable.
Hence the point.
It makes you feel uncomfortable on the inside.
Emotions.
And you're like, that, it shows that you're human and it elicits these emotions and responses from you. But I understand why some women wouldn't want to watch it.
Yeah, which is
but
fine.
Some of them like really advocate that it shouldn't be in any movie.
But that's the problem I have.
With.
Yes,
yeah,
it's like why? So because you don't like it,
right?
No one else can watch it. And if you do like it, well, then you're a bad person. And I'm like standing there like I'm not pro-rape, and I think the movie's awesome.
Right.
You know, it's just a really well done movie.
Awesome. Yeah. Like we're not like, yes, the rape. I would not have watched this movie if it wasn't for this rape.
Yeah. It's so strange. Oh, that's not good.
So we haven't had that happen in a while. Okay.
Sorry about that.
We're back.
Computer screensaver popped on and I had to turn that off. So there's a little jump cut, but yeah, going back, I don't understand it. You should never be so insane to be like, you can't watch this. You can't do that. Like I said, I have no problem if she doesn't like it and and can't watch it because of certain things that might have happened in the past. Perfectly fine. But to just boss someone around and be like, you can't watch this show or close your eye. Like, that's the other thing. Like, she's acting like a mom or really an aunt being like, oh, close your eyes. Oh, cover your eyes. You don't look at this scene because there's violence. There's sex. Ugh. It's like, what the? Dude, you're 30.
I know. That's crazy.
What are you talking about?
That's absolutely insane.
Jeez. I couldn't imagine. Dude, like, if that was a date, I'd be like, you know what? I'm never seeing this person again. This person, and then this guy's like, oh, maybe I should see her perspective. No, her perspective stinks, my man.
Yeah, her perspective
Done.
Stinks.
Walk away. Yeah. Walk away.
Let her leave you. The fact that she's considering leaving you over this is also a whole red flag. Like, that's a huge red flag.
Crazy, man. Leave a comment. Have you guys ever been with someone who's like put their hand over your eyes or be like, hey, you can't watch this scene of a show?
You can't watch certain shows.
Or certain shows because
No
like,
genres.
dude, like, oh my.
It's weird. It's super weird.
Yeah. Crazy. So crazy. Moving
Humans
on.
are insane. Moving on.
Okay, this is a girl who's 21. Her boyfriend's 25. I've been with him for 2.5 years.
Oh.
He's never missed a payment and has a pretty decent job for now. He's leasing a really nice Honda CRV right now, but he's thinking of giving that up and purchasing a used car to cut down in his debts.
Okay.
His debts are student loans and his car loan. I offered to lend him $9,000 to purchase a new car. At 21? Jeez, lady.
This girl's doing all right for herself.
Which amounts to all of my savings. Okay, that's...
Okay, don't do that.
and I think we're going to make the purchase this weekend, but suddenly I'm getting cold feet about it. I guess I started to have my doubts when he randomly suggested yesterday, hey, just in case I don't finish paying off, I can just cover your split of our rent. Does that sentence make sense?
I think what he's saying is, if I can't finish paying you back, I'll cover your split of the rent.
To which I told him I definitely preferred him to repay me in full instead, since we still live separately, so he already normally pays his place in full, and I pay my place in full.
Okay.
So how does that make any sense?
I don't know then. I'm confused. Are they planning on moving in together?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I do want to help him out with lending this cash since it's money I have on hand, and I hate to make him take a loan out on something that I have the money to help out with. Have you guys ever done something nice for your partner / family / friends like this? And would you recommend I follow through? No.
No.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's your entire savings. I wouldn't do that. No.
Because you're not going to be with this guy forever.
Probably
I
not.
highly doubt it. You're 21. The fact that you even have $9,000 in the bank is huge.
Save that. Save that.
Yeah.
And keep saving it and keep adding to it. Don't blow a chunk of it on a car on a guy who might not pay you back.
Yeah.
I know you guys have been together for 2.5 years, but you're not living together. You're not
No.
sharing expenses. This isn't like a helping out with like loaning money. It'd be maybe if you loaned him $1,000 or something. If you're like, here's $1,000 to get you whatever thing that you need.
And that still would kind of be like,
When
maybe.
we first met you, how much money did you give me to pay off my debt? It was
Like over 2,000.
Yeah, it was like $2,500, I think. Nick was helping me pay off my debt, and he did that kind of immediately, $2,500. But I mean, things ended up working out, and you know.
They did?
Yeah.
I never got my money back.
Well, you got your money back and then some. Should we count the years?
So going back to this.
Yeah, now we're going back to that.
Yeah, because it's his decision to sell the car he has to buy another one, which I don't understand that process.
Yeah, it's insane.
And then him being like, well, you got the money, so give it to me so I can do this. Like, no, like that, no.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah,
what?
no, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I really wouldn't.
He wouldn't do that for you, by the way. I don't think that would happen either.
No, and the fact that he's willing to take it is a bit of a red flag too.
Yeah.
I think if someone was like, here's $9,000, I'd be like, depending on the situation, this is all my savings. I'd be like, oh, please no. God, no.
I mean,
I don't want that kind of pressure
Yeah, I don't.
of like owing you $9,000. Oh, God.
There have been stories just as Hussein was telling me one, because when he used to read the meters, he used to go in people's houses because they had to let him into certain places where the meter was to check the electricity, right? He would say he'd get to know some of the people. And one was this old black lady who was saying how she lent her daughter money, right? Mm-hmm. Like some crazy amount, by the way. And the daughter took the money, like saying she'll pay her back, right?
Yeah.
And just ran.
Oh, jeez. And that's your own family.
That's my point.
That's your you made that human. And
Like,
she's like,
she
go
took the money,
yourself.
and it wasn't like I'm still talking to my mom. It's like, no, I'm taking the money, and I'm never talking to you again.
Jeez, that's horrible.
Yeah.
What a horrible thing to do to someone too who's probably on a fixed income.
Yeah.
Needs that savings because she can't work anymore. That's her life.
I mean, the same thing happened to my grandma.
Yeah,
my grandma,
73.
yeah, it was like, was it 73? It was like
$73,000. Your dad took
it was like 60 or I guess it was, if you remember, it was 73.
73.
Took from her savings, and he's like, yeah, I'll pay you back. And my grandma was like, she told me because I saw it in her account, and I was like, that's not good. That's all your savings. And she's like, well, he says he's going to pay me back. And in my head, I'm like, he's never paying you back. And then she begged me. She's like, don't tell anyone, especially my brother, because he'll be very angry. Which I feel like she knew, like, this was a big mistake.
Of course.
And she died, and that money never got back to her. And then my father accused me of stealing money from her.
He did, yeah. And he said he wouldn't tell him that she had died.
Yeah, he didn't even tell me she died.
Which is horrible because she took care of Nick. Like, literally took him in when he was homeless and sent him to school.
Yeah, I went to college because she actually let me go to college. She paid for me. I get to live with her and go to... So I had 4 years actually being in a home for once and actually... not worrying about money. It was the first time in my life. I actually had food. I can go to school. It was great. You know, it was the best 4 years of my life. And that all went to crap after I left.
Well, because of your father. Yeah. And
he denies all of this, by the way.
Of course
I'm the devil. I'm the worst person in the world. You know, I'm this crazy out of control person. And only to him, by the way. If you ask anyone else, everyone's like, Nick, like he's lame. He doesn't do anything.
I was going to say, when I first met Nick, I was like, oh, he's such a square. He's so cute.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
I'd never met anyone who like didn't drink,
you know what?
didn't smoke.
You know what I think
had
happened
shit together for real.
is that he my whole life, made me seem to be this just horrible, wretched person. And it made me not want to be him. So everything I did in my life was to not be him, to not be evil, to not, do drugs, to drink, any of that stuff. And it's funny because he still sees me as this evil person. When really, it's just a reflection on himself. But he'll never admit that. He's like he's a narcissist too. He's perfect. He can't do any wrong.
Yeah. He started following me on Instagram. I was like, block.
Yeah, which
block,
is weird. He basically.
I was like, why does he know who I am?
He hates me, and he said horrible things, and he's gonna follow you, and it made no sense.
It was very weird.
Very odd.
I was not pleased.
But to digress, just lending money to anyone, like Dane Cook, his brother robbed him of millions. So even just $9,000 to a dude you've been with for 2.5 years, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I feel like that is not. It'd be one thing, like I said, if it was $500, $1,000.
And you're married, you've been together forever, you got kids.
Yeah.
Everyone's money's the same. There's no difference anymore.
You're both putting it all into the same household. But the fact that you're not living together and you're so young, save that $9,000 because if you give it to him, you need to be ready to never see that again.
Yeah, you got to realize this money's gone forever.
That money's gone. It's kind of like with investing or gambling. You have to do it with money that you're okay with losing. This is kind of like that. It's kind of like gambling. So I don't know. I'd be careful if I were you. I just wouldn't do it. And the fact that you're having cold feet's not a great sign.
Yeah, because she knows better. Everyone knows.
Yeah,
like
on that level, it's like,
Moving on.
And then he screws your sister.
What? It probably already has.
Probably.
Okay.
Okay.
This person's 16. I don't know if they're a guy or girl.
Okay.
I'm 16 and my parents wouldn't let me sleep in my own room. They told...
What?
They told... I guess they told me, because they didn't write that. They told me... Wait, what? They told they... That doesn't make any sense. Who writes this? Oh, you're 16. I guess you're not
16.
really.
16. I was gonna say, come on, Nick, give them a little slack. Goddamn.
They're going. Okay. I'll change it for myself. They told me they're going to sleep with me until I get a girlfriend and stuff.
That's weird.
There is other stuff they do that pisses me off, like walking me to school, even though it's 5 minutes away from my house.
That's weird.
And also not letting me hang out with anyone, especially my friends. I tried to tell them that they should let me sleep alone now because I'm too old, and they just say, why do I want to have my own room?
Oh, God. They
threatened to take my phone away and stuff like that, and even said they're going to take away my PS4 and TV if I'm going to sleep alone. This one time, I was alone in the room just watching YouTube when some of them opened the door wide open and told me to sleep. I was sleepy, so I went and turned the light off. But they said I had to sleep with it on and told me not to close the door.
What the hell is happening?
Sometimes I would sleep in the room by myself and would close the door, but they would come and open it wide and turn the room light on. Any advice on how to convince them to give me my... Dude, there's no advice that anyone can give you to change what's... I don't know what's happening.
This is the most confused I've ever been. I don't even know what advice to give to this.
Your parents are just lunatics. They're crazy. You should be taking away because... You have to sleep with them until you get a girlfriend. You're not allowed to have your own room.
If you sleep with the lights on.
If you do sleep in a different room, the doors to be open, the lights have to be on. I have no idea what's happening here.
I don't either. Are they like See, I feel like we need more information. Are they massively religious and are scared that you're going to masturbate and like go to hell because of it? I really am I'm getting weird religious vibes here.
I maybe because
that's the only thing I can think of. If he has to sleep with the light on and the door open, but then until he gets a girlfriend, what does that mean? Then they're okay with him having sex, but he can't. Like, I don't know. I'm so confused. What's going on?
Yeah, okay, but
my
let's take the religious thing out of it for a second, right? That doesn't make sense in regards to he's not allowed to hang out with anyone. He can't go to anyone's house. He can't hang out with anyone.
Yeah, that's so weird. What is going on with his parents?
Are they like sexual predators to their own kid?
Yeah, is there stuff he's not telling us?
Because, dude, at 16, you shouldn't be in the same bed as your parents. Like,
no,
that...
or the same room even.
Yes.
None of that should be happening.
Yeah, unless you're Willy Wonka and you got to sleep in the same bed with the four grandparents.
With the grandparents,
which is also very odd. But they were poor. I get that to an extent. Still odd. You got to do what you got to do. But in this instant, this is... I'm going to say this is child abuse. I am stunned.
No, I'm with you. This is bordering on child abuse. This is friggin' insane. They're like smothering parents times 20,000.
Yeah.
That's like a whole other level of smothering I've never heard of before. This is wild.
I don't know what to say because like I said, no one's going to give you advice that you're going to be like, oh, okay, I'll tell this to my parents because they're not going to change.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like me going to my father and being like, hey, man, just letting you know, you're a real piece of shit back in the day, and you did this, this, and this. And him going, hey, you're right. I'm sorry. It's never going to happen. He's going to be like, you were the problem. I did everything right. And I'm going to be like, that's not true, and I don't even know why I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I call CPS. But then again, the foster system... That's a gamble.
The foster system's real rough.
Probably not any better.
1 in like 100 that you're going to get a good foster family.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just going to get abused.
You need to talk to someone, though, because this is not normal. I mean,
Maybe talk to someone at school, like a guidance counselor.
I don't know. What can they really do, though?
I don't know. It's weird.
Like I told you, I don't know what happened, but something happened in school where they were like, and then CPS got called to my home. And what did it do? It did nothing. It made my father so angry that he became so much worse towards me.
See, that's what I find so weird, because I remember having to talk to CPS with my cousin. I think I brought this up on a previous episode, and I don't want to like dive too much into it. And I love my cousin, and she might listen. But there was something that happened to her within her own house, and she did get taken away by CPS. It did not put her in a good situation. None of the foster, I mean, not that her situation was good at home either. It was a lose-lose. It was one of those situations where it was a lose-lose. But CPS talked to the entire family. They talked to me. They talked to everybody else. I was so little. I was like 7.
I don't think they talked to anyone. I mean, I don't know who they reached out. Who would they have reached out to?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. So I had like the exact opposite experience with CPS, where they came in and they were like, absolutely not. And they got my cousin out of that situation quick. Again, it was a lose-lose because she went and got abused in foster care. So that wasn't any better. It was horrible.
It's just so...
That's the problem with it. There is absolutely no winning. The messed up thing is, if it took the same amount to foster as it would to adopt, because you have to go, adopting costs an insane amount of money.
Why is adoption so much more insane? Which I'm fine with having checks and balances and having to go through hoops. Of course. But why would fostering be less?
Because they just need somewhere to put the kids. So at that point, they're like, we will take anyone. Otherwise, they have nowhere to put the kids. Why don't you
go to the adoption agency and be like, hey, we got a bunch of kids?
I guess. I don't know.
Who cares if it takes a little bit? At least we get them someone good.
But that's the thing. Half the time, they're not. There are always these kids that don't get adopted, too. There are kids that don't get adopted until they're 18.
Yeah, that's no good. Because at that point, they're already done and they're in gangs and it's a whole mess.
Oh, it's a whole mess. And I was talking to Anna, that Star Wars girl, and she was telling me about this stuff. I guess it happened to Zack Snyder's daughter. I didn't know about this. I didn't look into it. And someone's going to be like, you're an idiot. How'd you not know this? I'm sure.
But I don't even know.
So apparently this is a kind of a common thing. When you adopt kids who are a little bit older, where they remember being adopted and they remember where they come from, they suffer from this extreme guilt because they were in these horrible situations and they watch these other kids where they're starving, they don't have money. They're like, why did I get adopted? Yeah, and they didn't get picked.
So it's the same thing like in war. Like, all my friends got murdered, but I survived. Exactly. And now I'm like, why me?
It's exactly
that. It should have been, And why them? It should have been me.
Right. And Zack Snyder's daughter killed herself.
Oh,
She
jeez.
couldn't live with that guilt. Yeah. So apparently that happened. And I feel bad for ever saying anything bad about Zack Snyder now. It's a really crappy thing to go through.
You could still be like, his movies stink. That has nothing to do with his. You could still feel empathy and be like, that sucks, and I wish that didn't happen to you. But hey, guess what? Your Batman movie was asshole. You know, there's two different things.
No, you're right. But my point is that there's the system is overburdened and there's no way to win. I wish there was a way we could make it better. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm totally cool with my taxes going towards. I mean,
but the problem is no one cares.
I know.
The government only cares about military aid to like other countries and just military in general. Like we'll spend billions on technology and then sending to Ukraine, which we should be doing. I get it, but it never goes anywhere else.
No, I know. It sucks. So this is one of those situations where basically, long story short, and it sucks every time you talk about these things and you really try to think about all angles. And as someone who's grown up around a lot of poverty and seen this happen to family members, it sucks. There's no winning here. So this is maybe one of those things that you have to suck up until you're 18
and then
you can
just
maybe
move
go
in
off
with a
to
friend
college.
or go to college. Yeah, they're going to let this person go to college. I'm sure they have money saved as well. There's no way these parents saved any money for the kid. And like, he's got it run. As soon as 18 hits, just run and live
Get the hell out of there. Live with
anywhere you
friends.
can. Yeah, because I
see if you can get yourself to college, get a job. I mean, it's horrible, but I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I'm
like that's
sorry. That
geez,
sucks.
I don't.
The more that you were reading, the more I was like, "What is happening?" Didn't make any sense.
No. Moving on.
Moving on. I feel like this is a serious one today.
Oh, this one's a little. This is a nice, quick one.
Oh, good. Okay.
The guy's 26. The girlfriend's 28.
Okay.
He goes, every time me and my girlfriend have sex, she asks for money for whatever reason.
What?
We meet up twice a week, and after sex, she comes up for a reason as to why she wants money. Sometimes it's just a couple of dollars, sometimes more. What should I do? Should I talk to her about it?
You don't have a girlfriend. You have a prostitute,
I was
my friend.
just going to say that. I was like, you do not have a girlfriend. You have a hooker that you're paying for sex. I mean, this is
Twice a
basic.
week.
This is basically the Seinfeld episode where he starts having sex with the maid and she's not cleaning anymore. They have sex. She takes the money and leave.
Yep, and the place is a mess.
And, Jerry's like, oh no. Yeah, it's a whole... Yeah, dude, that's not normal, man.
That's weird. That's super weird. It sounds like she's playing you pretty hard.
Yeah.
She's like, if I just sleep with him, he'll give me whatever.
I would
Like-
reevaluate your whole relationship.
Also, here's my question. Do you only meet up and have sex, or do you also hang out and do things that's not that?
Yeah, because it sounds like you're not doing other things, which means there's definitely a prostitute, man. You're just paying your...
Which, look, there's nothing wrong with, but if you think it's a relationship when it's not...
That's the problem. She might be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? He's not my boyfriend. I'm a hooker. What do you... What?
Like, what is this guy? I sucked 8 dicks today.
Yeah, like, what do you... This guy's living in fantasy land.
Maybe go get yourself tested if you're not using condoms, just as a... just maybe.
Yeah, use some of that sex money to go get tested, buddy.
Yeah, I would do that. And yeah, she's not your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's... someone's confused. Listen, when we go to the strip club or wherever, and the girl's like, "You're my favorite. I love you. You're the best." She don't mean that, man.
Oh, just so you know, she's not like, "Oh, I really love you."
She wants to
loves
cash
your
cheese.
pockets.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like Sammy
boy.
Brand Muffins went to the strip club, and she's like, "Will you buy me a drink?" And he's like, "Sure, I will." It's $60, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And he thought 16. The drink was 60. He spent $60 to some stripper to get a drink that she probably didn't even drink to begin with.
No. Well, actually, I don't know. I've heard different things. Some strippers don't do anything, but a lot of strippers are drinking and drugging it up while they're there.
Yeah, it depends on the person.
Coking it out in the back.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
need the soda.
that's a weird one.
Yeah.
So have fun, my friend,
Good luck. Good luck with
with
that.
your not so girlfriend who's really a hooker.
Yeah.
Sure.
And even if she's not an actual prostitute, she's still playing you.
Yeah, it's an odd one.
There's-
I every time I'd be like, something's off here.
Yeah. And like just a couple bucks. I don't know. I mean,
And more sometimes. It's like a few dollars, and other times, no, it's actually a lot more the other times.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, what's she doing with it? When she takes a couple bucks, is she going to McDonald's afterwards, or is she like
I don't
getting
know.
some meth,
I
getting some crack?
Who knows? Call your sister. We'll find out.
I'll ask her. She might have some insights.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Don't know if this is a guy or girl. So for a little background information, my whole family lives with my grandparents, but in the last couple of months, we've all been dealing with the loss of my grandmother. Anyway, we've been here for around 5 to 6 months, and tonight I found something that I really need help with. In the room where my brother stays, I was looking around and being nosy. Your first mistake right there.
Yeah, don't ever do that.
It's not your place. And I opened a drawer that belongs to my grandpa, and it had tons of porn DVDs.
Okay.
Not just any porn, it was swinger porn.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm waiting to hear the crazy thing.
My grandpa ended up walking in on me, and I don't know what to do about it now. I was originally just going to forget I saw it, but now I'm scared, and it will be extremely weird since he caught me. Should I apologize? Should I ignore it? I don't know what to do.
Just ignore it, man. I don't know. That's what I did. I did see my grandpa's porn once.
Oh,
It's a real bummer.
What kind of porn was it?
Just the regular stuff. Regular. There wasn't anything crazy. It was just regular. There was like one teen thing in there.
And how old were you?
15, 14.
I mean, I'm guessing the person's probably around the same age where they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I'd already seen my dad's porn, so I was very aware of what was happening.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to see that, Grandpa.
I don't think they're really... The only big deal is that it's an awkward thing because he saw you looking at it.
Yeah, that's really all it
But
is.
in the grand scheme of things, I mean, Jesus, at that age, there's a certain age where people have a porn collection.
Yeah,
I would think younger people don't have a porn collection because
it's online.
yeah, there's no more magazines being stashed in the woods. There's no DVDs being bought. Like that's all done, you know? So he's old school, you know, but like, I don't know why you would.
I think more good on him. He's a grandpa and he's still whacking it.
Maybe you're upset because it's like, oh, that probably means my grandparents were swingers because they're from the time where that was even bigger than it was now, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Then again, it might be bigger now than it was then. I don't know.
You know what? Now that I know the sign, if I ever notice it, you really know. It's the upside down pineapple.
I mean, that's not for everything, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's for swinging.
I guess. Sure. So maybe you're just a little like, oh, Grandma Gam Gam was
getting railed by Grandpa and a couple other guys.
couple. I mean, just the whole neighborhood. They were having meetups.
Yeah, no, it's awkward because you don't want to. It's the same thing when you fucking find out your parents have sex. You don't want to think about your parents that way. You don't want to think about your grandparents that way. It's just not. It's not a nice thing to think about. So this is one of those things that it just sucks. I mean, I guess you could apologize and say, "Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I went through your stuff.
Snooping through your stuff.
Yeah,
it's on you, man. That's what you shouldn't have been snooping.
Yep. No, absolutely right. This is 100% on you. You know what? I changed my answer. Don't ignore it. Just say, "Look, I'm sorry. I was going through your stuff." And then just leave it there because it doesn't matter. Just be happy that your grandparents are still getting it because you want to still be getting it when you're that old.
Gam Gam's dead.
Oh, that's right. Gam's dead.
She passed away.
All right. Well, just be happy that your grandpa is still
I guess.
Filling the pain with something. I don't know.
The good old times.
The good old times. Maybe Gam Gam's on one of those videos.
I was about to say, you look close
Gam.
enough. It was like, actually, that's your grandparents from back in the day on those DVDs.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Nice old spit roast. You never know.
Oh, God. You never want to see that. Go, Grandpa.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, uh-oh.
Moving on.
Serious again. Moving on.
Hi. Please give me some advice. Oh, this is probably a girl. Hi, please give me some advice. This is an awkward situation, and I don't know what to do. I didn't sleep well last night.
Oh, no.
I came back home from work, and I was in my parents' room using my phone, but I fell asleep there. When I arrived, my parents and my brother left because they were going to a restaurant. I don't know when they came back or if they arrived at the same time, but I felt that someone was touching me above my clothes. And, oh, they can't write either. I'm trying to...
I know, I'm like, wait, what?
And I move. I don't wake up easily until I noticed that was my dad. And I screamed, "Get out!" And he freaked out and he was embarrassed because he thought, I'm saying that, he thought I was my mom. I don't believe he did it on purpose. My parents' room has no windows, so it's very dark, even at the evening, so he couldn't see my face when he came into the room. I don't know what to do. It's uncomfortable being around him, and I don't want to make him think that I was thinking he could do something like that on purpose. He's really embarrassed too, and we can't look at each other because it's weird. Please, what should I do? Here's the thing that I don't get, right? She says she got home from work, right?
Yeah.
She's at the parents' place.
Yeah.
When she gets home, the parents and the brother went out to dinner.
Yeah.
Okay? She's charging the phone in the parents' room. She falls asleep. Somehow, the dad comes into the room thinking it's the mom and starts just groping her.
Yeah.
Which I don't get. Why? Because wouldn't the dad have come home with the mom and the brother from the restaurant all at once?
Yeah.
So he would know, oh, that's not her on the bed.
Yeah.
How do you explain that? I don't.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Unless the mom went to go take a shower or something and he thought that she was in the room. I don't know.
That doesn't make sense either, though.
No, it's weird. It's weird. The whole thing is weird.
I think dad was trying to get his and then he got caught.
Oh, God. There's always an incest. There's always an incest on these episodes. Why is there so much incest in the world? Everybody's fired.
Yeah, people are lazy. You're there already. I don't have to go out.
God,
What's the point of having kids,
I think that humans are just done. We're all done. Everybody's terrible. Everybody's trash. Even you know what I've noticed? People who act like they're holier than thou, they're the worst ones.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm coming to find out. All the people who are like, oh, I'm better. I can't find a real man. And just all of those people who think they're better and they're like, looking down on people morally, they're always the worst trash people. And you find out the stuff they do and they're just awful human beings.
Yeah, it's all projection.
Oh my God, it's so insane. And the more I see, the more I learn, the more I'm just like, people are garbage.
It's like I hate the gays. And, they're in a public restroom. Oh. And it's like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah, no, it's the worst. You're right. Anyone who hates, I was talking to a friend about this too. Anyone who hates someone too much to where they go out and they're talking about a girl and they're like, oh, she's so ugly. They go out of course, not everybody's going to be attracted to you and be your type. It's, not the way it works. That's totally normal. But anyone who obsessively harps on how ugly someone is, it's just because they can't sleep with that person. There's all these different things that when someone gets a little bit too into something, there's something going on there. I can't. The whole people are
anyone who's overly preachy, they're all full of shit.
They're the worst.
It's all nonsense.
Ugh.
Yeah. And porn's evil. Is it really?
No. And I love the argument of watch so-and-so's thing on Porn Brain. And they've always got some doctor that they listen to that how it alters your brain.
Oh my God.
I think people really think they're gonna get rid of human sexuality. And the worst part about that is they'll convince people that it's bad because some people are addicted to it. You know what else people are addicted to?
Everything.
Food. Yeah.
Literally everything.
There's just addiction. You're not going to get rid of addiction by getting rid of the things. Then why are cigarettes still legal? Cigarettes legitimately kill people, but we let people kill themselves if they want to. You know what I mean? The whole thing is insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God, I hate everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, I think your dad's a creep because I don't understand. To me, there's no logic on how he went to the bedroom and was like, it's my wife. I'm gonna grab you over.
Yeah, I think he's embarrassed because he got caught.
Yeah, and then you woke up screaming, and he's like, oh, now what? Oh, I thought you were. We came home together, but I thought you were her. What?
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be, unless you find out more context of the mom disappeared somewhere and he really thought she was in bed, but that's sketchy to me, man. Don't go to their house anymore. Don't fall asleep there.
Since you love incest so much, we got a quick one before we go.
No.
What the fuck?
Oh God.
My fiancé has recently relapsed. I went through his phone. I know it's not okay. And found pictures of his sister. He had pictures of her in a bikini and a low-fit shirt, and then zoomed in shots of all of the above. What the fuck do I do?
Why are you engaged to this man? You said relapsed. You dumb idiot. You said relapsed. Oh my God.
He promised me he would never have sex with his sister again.
Oh, Oh, that means you knew this was a thing and you got, well, engaged to him anyway. You're planning on marrying this man who clearly has the hots for his sister.
Which is weird because, like, if I was him, why not you just marry your sister then?
Yeah. Maybe she's not into it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Maybe the sister is like, bro. She's like blocked him on everything. He's making alt accounts to take pictures of her.
He's trying to keep it in the family. She don't want to do it.
God. Oh, you know what happens when that happens? You have flipper babies. You have babies that are born with flippers.
Sure.
Webbed toes. Missing parts of their brain. God.
Yeah, that's
Why I point that way.
I mean, dude, what can you do? I mean, what do you mean? What can you do? That's not going to change. I don't think he's going to get better.
Relapse.
Yeah, this isn't an alcohol issue.
This isn't drugs. What the hell's wrong with you?
Imagine going to meetings and being like, yeah, he relapsed again. It's like, oh, you're good. You're here. What is his thing? Oh, well, mine, the alcohol really gets him. What about you? Oh, his sister. What do you mean? His sister, he wants to have sex with his sister. He jerks off to his sister's phone. You know how it is.
They're like, I don't
what?
think you're in the right meeting.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna help you. What?
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Leave him. People are so desperate to find someone that they'll just be with anyone. Don't do that. Oh God, be with someone who's first of all not insane and not attracted to their sister. Is there another one that you wanted to read or?
Yeah, we have time for one more.
One more? Leave.
This one I like because it's always one way, but this one shows it's not always one way.
Oh, all right.
So it's two girls, one's 16 and one is 18, and they're together, which, they'll burn in hell. I'm 16 and she's 18 and we've been together for 3 months. Me and my sister, no
more sisters.
Me and my sister, who's 23, planned a swimming trip at a lake and we invited my girlfriend. My girlfriend kept groping me every chance she got. And I repeatedly told her to stop touching me like that. My sister swam back to shore to eat and my girlfriend used this as an opportunity to take my swimsuit off. She was being really aggressive about it, and I kept trying to push her away while telling her to stop. Eventually, my sister came back, and I stuck close to her for the rest of the day. I'm really disturbed by my girlfriend's sexual aggression to me, and I don't know how to process this. She's also asking me for nudes and keeps trying to pressure me into sending. I keep telling her no. What should I do? It's a real turn of events, right?
Yeah.
You got a girl actually doing guy things for once.
Yeah.
It's pretty strange.
Very odd. It's not okay what she's doing, and it sounds like you probably shouldn't be with her.
If she's 18 and asking the 16-year-old for nudes, that's a problem, right?
Yeah, no, that's legitimately just distribution of child porn.
Oh.
And the 16-year-old can get in trouble for it, and the 18-year-old can get in trouble for it. So first of all, don't do it. Because this is where it's weird. She's an adult, you're still 16, and in a way that's weird, but it's also only a 2-year age gap, so it's like a weird, a weird line.
Those years are...
They're bigger at that age.
Yeah.
I know.
As soon as you hit 25, it doesn't really matter after that. It's kind of like the years or whatever, who's counting.
I agree, but this is a weird situation.
But even think about 13... to 16.
No, that's creepy.
That's a huge gap.
Yeah, that's a massive gap. There's a 13-year-old is a kid, and a 16-year-old's still a kid, but they've gone through puberty. There's, it's a huge difference.
I mean, you've been together 3 months. I don't see a future if you don't like the way she's acting and her being aggressive sexually, and you're not feeling it.
It's a big red flag.
Yeah, I don't think there's a future here. Like, ladies, I don't.
And just the fact that you kept telling her to stop and she keeps pressuring you. I mean, this is getting bordering on.
It's the rapey. No means no, but to girls.
Yeah. This is getting rapey and it's getting creepy. And I think you got to extract yourself from that situation.
Or invite the sister to have a three-way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dear God.
What?
Make sure you film. No, don't film it. You're 16. Oh, God. Don't send nudes when you're underage because you can get in a lot of trouble for that. That's...
Yeah,
I know kids do it in high school all the time, and it's always a thing, and then they go around school. And
and they regret it immediately.
Yeah.
I won't show anyone the whole school season.
The whole school sees it immediately. It's one of those things that if you put it out there, it's out there. I think that this is not the relationship for you.
No, it's quite if you're so just like disgusted by her behavior that during the trip you then had to be next to your sister at all times because you were just fed up. It's over, man.
Yeah.
Because she's not going to change. I mean, it's nice that she's really into you. But if you're not feeling the same way, it's never going to work.
If it's not reciprocal, then don't do it. That's the problem here. Like it wouldn't be creepy or rapey if you were into it. But the fact that you're not and she's still pushing is what makes it creepy and rapey.
I mean, you both could be scissoring nonstop. It could be a party, but you're not into it. That's fine. But hey, she needs a scissor party.
Let her go find her scissor buddy.
I mean, I wonder if she tried the sister. Because if she's 18, sister's 23. That's still pretty close.
Oh, God. Ugh.
What? No, maybe. I don't mean sister on sister. I mean the girlfriend going after the sister.
Going after the sister.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's just...
What? Why is that gross to you?
I don't know.
Sometimes you can make the switch. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I guess you can.
It mostly never worked, but hey, it's possible.
Yeah. Good luck.
Sure. Is that the show?
That's the show.
That's the show.
That's the show, guys.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
What are you pointing at me for?
You got to plugs every week. God damn it, woman.
Guys, follow XiaLand on everything. It's subscribe to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/XiaLand. I stream live. It is always really fun. We got the snack stream on Sundays. Mondays is a good workout stream. Tuesdays we have a nice little hangout. Get to chat with you guys. You get to send me your questions. I interact. It's a really fun time, and I love the Twitch community so much. And also, OnlyFans, you can subscribe to that. That's also XiaLand, XiaLand. If you want to subscribe monetarily or support monetarily, you can subscribe. You know what I meant. Support monetarily, you can subscribe there, and then you get to see some other stuff, some other the goods. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Follow me on social media at Xia_Land, XIA_LAND.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Why are you being flippery?
That's what you were doing. I don't like.